This is the presentation by Group-15 about HCI. What is HCI? The short and sweet definition of human-computer interaction is the study and planned design of human and computer activities. This may not sound like much, but it encompasses just about everything we do on not only computers, but also tablets, phones, and fridge monitors. Groups of engineers, psychologists, sociologists, industrial designers, computer scientists, and even anthropologists are all included to make the usability between you and your device as seamless as possible. Do some of those titles surprise you? There is so much more that goes into HCI than you may have ever thought. Industrial designers use HCI principles to make good interactive products. So if you don't like how your button feels when you hit it, someone didn't study HCI principles enough. Psychologists analyze user behavior and cognitive processes to help with the user experience. If you tend to get raging mad over the latest update that changed the design of your favorite app, you know who to blame. One of the main focuses among everyone working on a project is to make it more usable. There is commonly a lot of testing that goes on to make sure everyone in the end is satisfied with the final product. It has gone through quite a history to get to where we are today. In the late 1970s, a revolution of technology led to the emergence of personal computing. It was a groundbreaking change. Now, for the first time, personal computing could include both personal software, which includes applications like spreadsheets and games, as well as personal computer platforms, which consist of operating systems and hardware. Essentially, this development created the possibility of making everyone in the world a potential computer user. However, at this time, the usability for computers was remarkably insufficient. Something so simple was still hard to use. These praiseworthy developments in computer science had discreetly created a need to better inform and empower the user. Thus, in the early 1980s, it became apparent that personal computing needed an overhaul. The time was now, and human-computer interaction, HCI, began to find its crucial role. HCI follows a method to solving problems. We will show how Google Glasses follows the steps of developing as an HCI engineer. It all starts with need finding. What is the problem? What are your goals and values? Google was looking for a way to seamlessly integrate everyday technology into people's lives while valuing time and usability. Glass may seem way out there, but HCI engineers rarely make products people ask for. Once a problem is found, interviews are held to generate ideas and initiate interest, giving rise to a slew of questions. Someone might ask, instead of asking, what would you like/want? Be more specific. Would you like a hands-free camera? And instead of asking, on a scale of 1 through 10, how much do you like my product? Engineers ask, compared to your camera phone, is this an improvement? From these interviews, information is gathered directly from the user, which allows enough information for the design process to begin, where the goals are mapped out. The design process consists of redesigning until the designers are satisfied with the direction of the product. To successfully introduce new products, designers make metaphors to things people already know of. Google Glass is a metaphor for small wearable computers. Designing the actual product involves heuristics, which is giving someone the opportunity to learn for themselves, along with consistency, metaphors, and minimalism as the goal. Google Glass takes the appearance of actual glasses, giving it a sleek and thin design. Also, the OS is seamless, where each app is just one piece of a unified collection. Initial design gives way to prototyping. This includes storyboarding, possible scenarios on paper, and something called Wizard of Oz prototyping, where the product is simply a make-believe prop. Google's Wizard of Oz would look a lot like a pair of frames with paper images fastened to it. After the first round of prototypes, it's back to planning until the product is deemed a success. Then, the scientific method is used to test the product in various contexts. The final product is meant to address real-life problems and the user's need from start to finish, which results in seamless innovation we won't even realize. Human-centered interaction is all about creating an effective and enjoyable design interface for the user. There are many principles that can play a part in this process. Two relevant and familiar approaches are value-sensitive design and the TED's value-added principle. VSD concentrates on human values being the forefront of a comprehensive design process. Focusing on the values of the actual users could prove very beneficial for HCI. For example, if users value their privacy when developing a web browser, steps can be taken to ensure a safe and secure environment. The TED's perspective conveys that if value lies behind information systems, human needs will be better met. This evaluation process would also prove valuable in the HCI engineering process. User research focusing on their values could identify how to improve the system. Then, improvements could be rolled out in small updates following initial releases, such as with iOS 7.01 and so on, follow the initial iOS 7 release. In both methodologies, the user is the focus of the design process and their values are of the utmost priority. Implementing these continuously throughout design will create a product sufficient to the user's values, which will in turn improve the overall experience.